today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Back to December, Taylor's version, on the guitar. I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to my patrons for voting on this song as this month's patron picks. So if you want a little bit of voting power in the order that you want to see these Taylor songs on my channel, make sure to check it out. I will link it in the description box below. Here is a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you only need to know 5 different chords to play through this song, and we're going to start with our D major, which looks like this and sounds like this. And by the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our B minor. We also have our G major. There's our A major. And then the last chord is our F sharp minor. And if bar chords are something you're struggling with right now, I do also have a mini series on how to improve those, so I'll make sure to link that in the description for you as well. But those are the only 5 chords you need to know to play through this song. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really get these chord shapes under your belt and memorize them and practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier for you. And I know bar chords is a pain point for a lot of beginners out there, but I would definitely recommend trying it out at some point so that you can grow your skills. But yeah, once you have these chords memorized and under your belt, then we can go ahead and talk about these strumming patterns that I would recommend for this song. Alright guys, so as always, if you are brand new to playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the exact same time, then the first thing I was just doing is to bring up the song and to go ahead and go through the entire thing with a single down strum as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really make sure you know where the chords are changing, like what note you're on or what word you're singing, things like that. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. So glad you made time to see me. How's life? Tell me, how's your family? I haven't seen them in a while. Alright, so that's just a quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just make sure you know where those chords are going to be changing. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box for you. But once you've done this and you know where to expect those chord transitions, then we can go ahead and add to it to bring more of a full strumming pattern out. Alright guys, so our strumming pattern today is going to be counted in a 16th note rhythm, so if you don't know what that means or how to count that, I would recommend checking out my beginner series because we do cover that over there. But basically it's going to sound like this. We have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E, 2, E and 4 and a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Alright, this can look a little intimidating if you are new to these different kinds of strumming rhythms. However, this is a classic Taylor Swift one, which if you learned in this song, then you can apply it to a lot of other songs as well. So keep yourself encouraged. This is a great one to learn. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to play this pattern through 1 time per chord through most of the song, but there are going to be parts where we want to split the measure, but we'll get there in a second. So let's go ahead and look at that first verse. We're starting here on our D chord. What you want to do is play through the entire strum pattern on your D. So we have down, down, up, down, 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 up. To your B minor, down, down, up, down, 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 up. To G, down, down, up, down, 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 up. And then here from D to A over the word while, this is going to be an example of where we want to split the measure. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is put a vertical line after the first 2 down strums, and this is going to represent where we want to change chords. So in this example, we would play our D chord for the first half, or the left half, so the first 2 down strums, and then we'll finish out the rest of the measure with the rest of the strumming pattern on our A chord. Alright, so for our D we have down, down, quickly switch to A and finish it out, up, down, 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 up. Alright, So it's really important that you understand how to count this rhythm and that you can play through it. This song is pretty slow, so hopefully that'll help with your counting, but in order to sing on top of it, you do want to develop that muscle memory. So if you're someone who's struggling with getting these strumming patterns under your belt, I would recommend checking out my Practice With Me strumming series. I actually do go over this exact pattern over there, and we'll speed it up together slowly, so definitely check that out if you need it. But putting it all together now, we would have D, down, up, down, 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 up, D minor, quick transitions here, okay? To G, down, 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 up, split the D and the A. I'm so glad you made time to see me. How's life? Tell me how's your family? I haven't seen them in a while. All right, good. So that's an example of how we would apply this strumming pattern for the verses. Let's go ahead and do the pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus, we're going to be doing split measures throughout basically the whole thing. So we're starting here in our B minor, down, down to A, to D, to G. Because the last time you saw me is still burned in the back of your mind. Gave you roses and I left them there to die. Here we're going to hold the G for the full measure. Nice. And that leads into our chorus. And for the chorus, we're going to go back to playing the full strumming pattern per chord. So we've got D, down, up, down, 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 up, F sharp minor, to G, and then we have D, split to A. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you, saying I'm sorry for that night. And I go back to December all the time. All right? And that's basically the strumming pattern that I would recommend using for the entire song. The only place that I would recommend something different is going to be at the end of the bridge. So let's go ahead and bring up the bridge here. So right in the middle of the bridge here, you can see the first time you ever saw me cry. What we're going to do here that I would recommend is on your B minor over the word cry. Instead of doing this full strumming pattern, let's just do a simple down, down, mute. Okay? And that's gonna really kind of like cut the music and like really have the vocals stand out. It's really reminiscent of how she does it in the actual song. So let's go ahead and go into that line leading into it. And how you held me in your arms that September night, first time you ever saw me cry. All right, so down, down, maybe this is wishful thinking. Probably mindless dreaming. Just for those two lines, I do a double down mute. Then we can go back to the full pattern. But if we loved again, I swear I'd love you right. All right. For the very end of the bridge, I would recommend just single down strums. I'd go back in time and change it, but I can't. Or something fun you can do if you're feeling a little more adventurous is when you're on these chords on your B minor, for instance, you can just pick each string as you go down like once. So on the B minor, all I'm doing is instead of strumming it like that, I'm just kind of dragging my pick a little more slowly so that we can pick each string individually. And then when I get there, I go back up. And I'll do that for all the chords at the very end of the bridge. I'd go back in time and change it, but I can't. If the chain is on your door, we understand. And on understand, just a single down strum on that G. Of course, this entire like section with the picking is totally optional, but if you listen carefully to the original song, it does have more of a picking section right there at the end of the bridge. So if you want to, that's a really easy way to do that. But then when you go back into the last chorus, back to the full strumming pattern. And yeah, that is the pattern that I would recommend for the entire song. All right guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really make sure you have this strumming rhythm under your belt. You want to get it to a point where your muscle memory is taking over, and instead of counting out the rhythm, you're just kind of playing it, and that'll make the singing on top of it so much easier. But anyways, once you have that strumming under your belt, there is one last thing I wanted to show you, which is kind of that iconic intro, like tab picking section. So once you get back, I will go ahead and show you how to play this super simple intro tab. Hey, really quick. In addition to the printable guide we've been looking at, did you know I also offer customizable backing tracks, polls for what songs you want to learn next, and even video chats if you're having trouble? You can unlock all these perks and more if you become a patron, which helps me grow my channel and make more videos just like this one. Or if Patreon's not your thing, you can still help me out a lot by giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment below to help me reach more people in YouTube's recommendations. It only takes a second but makes a huge difference. So thanks so much, and let's get back into it. Alright guys, so to play this little solo tab that you hear at the beginning and throughout the breaks and stuff like that, it's actually really simple to play. But first of all, if you don't know how to read tabs, I would recommend checking out my How to Read Tabs video. It's a fun little interactive video I made on how to read tabs. So go ahead and check that out if you don't understand what you're seeing at the top of the screen. But basically, we're gonna start here on our B string. So basically, this whole thing is just gonna be with our B string and our E string. Okay, our bottom two orientation wise. And I'm just gonna go through and basically recommend which fingers I would use to fret through this solo. So we're starting here on our 3rd fret of our B string, and I would recommend using your middle finger for that. And once you do that, we're gonna go over next door to our open E, and then use your index finger here, because it's free, on the 2nd fret of the E, okay? So you can already kind of hear it coming together. We have 3, 0, 2, 2, and we're gonna do that twice. Then on the 3rd and 4th time, we're only gonna play the 2nd fret of the E string once, so we have, all right, and that's twice. So far we have 3, 0, 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. And to here end it out, we're gonna use our pinky to stretch to this 5th fret. And then your middle finger should already be on the 3rd fret here. So we're just gonna move it down to the E string. Okay, so that end is. And that's basically the whole solo. So let's play through that one more time. And then if you really want to spice it up, something else you can do on those last 2 notes is while you're playing your pinky for that 5th fret E string, you can also play your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string next door. So you want to strum those at the same time. Then when you move your middle finger for that 3rd fret of the E string, we would do the next door neighbor string, the B, open. All right, so you can go like this. On the last 2 notes there on the solo, that really dresses it up too. And what I like to do is the first time I'll just do the 1 line, and then the 2nd time I'll do both. All right, so let me show you the entire solo. So it's super easy to play, and if you have a friend to kind of play with you, one of you guys could do the solo while the other person plays the chords, or you could find a way to strategically incorporate this little solo line into your cover. Either way, I think it sounds really pretty when you put both together. But yeah, that's how you can play that little solo tab, and you'll hear that throughout the song. All right, so one last time, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to look over this little solo tab, get the fretting fingers under your belt and everything like that. It's a super simple tab if you're new to doing tabs, so this is a great one to tackle. But once you get back, we can go ahead and put everything we've learned in this video together to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. Want to have fun jamming out to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other Swiftie sing-along guitar tutorials. I've covered so many of her songs from all the different eras, so if you are a Swiftie who loves to play the guitar, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I will make sure to link it down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play, so I'll see you over there.